Yes, welcome here.
Hello, welcome. I am joined today by Captain Gil Allard. Hi,
Oh,
um, an accomplished Keyforge player himself as well. Not in the final refrain, but recently you had a pretty big achievement, right, Allard?
yeah. I won the Kagi championship, so I'm a Kagi champion now.
Kagi champion, huh? So that's the most important championship, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but today it's the semi-final of the final refrain. It's Harmed versus Mikefuni. The second semifinal, because the first one actually was played already, so we know the opponent. I won't spoil it now, um, but yeah, let's dive into the match
Let's do
itself.
it.
We have here the bracket, obviously. Now harmed Mike Fooney, and if the audio needs to be changed for Allard or for me, let me know. Um, We have harmed
Hey.
sealed open champion, Spain Vol Tour champion, Dutch national champion at the cost of both of us at one point. Yeah. Hey, Jay
I didn't
Filipek, welcome.
fight
Sorry,
hard.
what was that, Albert?
Oh, I didn't see harmed that day,
I
but
oh you didn't play. Yeah. And Mike Fooney, World Archon top 8 and Rochester Vol Tour Archon top 4. This is going to be a quick match, maybe, but there might be a lot of thought going into the. So it will be a quick match, I think, turn-wise, but I think time-wise it might not be because there's a lot of things. So if you just look at the stats, 6-0 for Mike, two of those wins were against me. 6-1 for Harmed. Emma per turn could be a bit more relevant this time. Cards per turn, roughly the same. Keys check per turn, quite similar stats here. Um, but we all know how As makes his keys, right?
yeah, playing Ember is usually not part of
No,
the equation.
usually.
Yeah.
Keyword
This
usually.
this matchup though,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could
you,
very
you
well
said
be.
you said it's going to be very quick, but like both decks are on the Winds of Death plan usually, but they it could be awkward for both decks
It's
actually.
very awkward. It's very awkward because if we look, do you have a quick look at the key cards here? Um, and then we'll go into a bit more in depth of the cards because standard World Cup plan is Winds of Death, key abduction, rinse and repeat. But if you do that now and you put the Brio and the Kaup in the archive of your opponent, or the Witch Queen combo, and then it becomes like a race. So it's very, yeah, challenging to pick the right moment to when do you play Winds of Death, when do you not play Winds of Death. And I think for Bandola, the game plan also changes quite a bit because usually you play for the Witch Queen combo or Brio Kaup, but you have to time. Now, As actually, that's the thing. People always think that As needs Winds of Death, but I think As won a 2-0 series without playing Winds of Death at all. Winds of Death wasn't even played. It doesn't even need it. That's the beauty about As. So let's go
I
look at the
think
deck cards. Yeah, Allard?
the the game as lost was against the Senior deck, right? When it
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
fully
yeah. There
rely
was
on
one
the
game
Winds of
dropped
Death.
versus the Sania, and that game were no Winds of Deaths played.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But yeah, it does show that without the Winds of Death does help as a lot.
yeah, it does.
Um, but it can still win without it.
Yeah, so meanwhile, I'm telling the players to wait a little bit before we wrap the whole thing up.
Okay.
So, and let's start off by saying that I think Mike Fooney and Harm they both have put a lot of work and prep time in this. My respect for Mike Fooney and Harm has both gone to another level, and I think for this game, even though it looks straightforward, whoever gets the combo first wins. I don't think that's the case, and I think Mike, maybe by himself or with the help of his teammates, probably figured that out. Because if you look at the list here for As, um, looking for direct removal of Kaup, let's say, yeah? Because Kaup I think is going to be one of the important cards. Obviously, you have Winds of Death and Cursed Tomb,
Mm.
but that's in one house, and you don't want to waste it. And sometimes you don't want to play Winds of Death because you give the Witch Queen combo into the archives. Then if we look at Mars, there's really nothing except for maybe the
The
Nameless Horror. But if you put
Nameless
them
Horror,
behind a
yeah.
taunt,
Key Nameless Horror moment.
yeah. And then here there's Ember Storm and maybe Werewolf Curse. So Werewolf Curse could gain splash, but you need a creature on board. So there's not a lot of direct removal for the
Yeah, I
Kaup or the
mean,
Brio.
as rarely plays one Untamed Turned and very rarely plays two.
Exactly.
But it might be
Yeah.
forced into it this
But
game.
but in practice, I practice a lot with Harmtos himself. Um, we're expecting Bandola, so we switch to Bandola. The game plan is to not allow Harmed, hey Orion, welcome, to play for the Winds of Death key abduction. The best way to prevent that is to not allow playing action cards at all, aka locking out with Brio and Kaup. So maybe you're hard mulliganing for that one. Um, Putting them behind taunts, there's one, two, three taunts. Kaup is very well protected from fighting. And if you put the Brio at the far end, it's going to be very tough to make those keys with the cheating way. And another very annoying thing is that these Corky Germinators, a lot of times what you do with Vodka or Ass as well, you get your cards in the discard, and then with Target, you just archive them. Or you put the Rebel in your discard. Rebel's a key card for most Mars decks, but with Corky Germinators, you can just put them on the bottom. It takes way longer to get there. So it's a very different game than they've played in the rounds before. That's what I'm expecting. Obviously, there's still a chance that they both come up flying, and that like turn two, there's combo left and right, and then all kind of crazy stuff happens. But what do you expect? I dragged you in a bit last minute, Allard, but you have played Ass, right? You
I
were
have
the
played as
first real Archon player of Ass, right?
yeah,
Uh,
stayed up deep in the night practicing the different lines.
yeah,
But yeah, as but I think at the time that I played as, I had just a little bit less familiarity with the pure Mars stuff you can do with
yeah,
it,
true.
so without relying on the Winds of Death.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think over the past year or so, we've felt those lines out a little bit more. So I don't think S is chanceless or anything, of course. And of course, also,
Biased commentators. We try to be objective, honestly.
no, yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah, no.
yeah,
I'm very biased towards Bandola, but I'm trying to see if Ash
yeah.
can do anything.
No, it's tricky, and you said so. As is a deck that it's very good, and you played it almost like a seal deck, and you said over the year it's evolved, and we found more different lines, um, and you need those reps to find those different lines. Because I'm expecting you need a different line versus Bandola to win, and I think for Bandola it's the same thing. I've had quite some reps with Bandola because for my own game, playing against it, and for Harmed. Um, it's not that straightforward always. You need to sequence the Witch Queen combos in the right way. You need to be very careful of your placement of your creatures. And against Ass, you need to really, really think of, am I playing my Kaup now? What am I mulliganing for? Am I playing my Brio now? Can he remove them right away with Curse Tomb? And then, it's gonna be something. Hello, the Uber weirdo. Yeah. I think we're about to get ready. Random card like Persephone be super impactful. It could be. Could be. Who knows? Um, yeah, let me start to join the game. Let's see if they created one. Uh, the password is not that one. Um, let's see. What is the password? Password question mark? Do. Ah, kont, maar dan in het Engels, Allard. So I'm just giving him a Dutch.
No one can figure this out. Secret
Yeah,
language.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bandola will hope to have some good untamed turns early and or have some board with Brio Kaup. And Ass hopes from the guys start milling and Mars combos. I've There are a lot of different lines, and all depending on what your opponent has or what your opponent does not have. Um, it's going to be super interesting. It's not super straightforward. And these players know their decks very well, and by now probably also their opponent's decks very well. Um, so let's get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Okay. So good luck, have fun. Obviously.
Mhm.
Who wants to go first?
Harm's
Realize
going
with As
first.
that if you go second, uh, if you drop Kaups like turn one, it's quite hard to get rid of it. So
Mm.
I think second is okay. Harm does go second, and
Harm's going first, isn't he?
I think he's going second, right? Let me
It says he won the flip and is the first player.
okay. So while you commentate on that first start, I'll try to fix the names.
Yes, so just playing box spitter and discarding uh, a haunted house. Yeah, haunted house, very good reminder cards. Not often part of the S game plan.
But I think Harm plays a creature down because he is very afraid of the Kaup being there.
Yes,
Uh,
so like we said, you rarely go into Untamed twice, but the half turn one getting just the Untamed creature down can be very
yeah.
important.
So let's
Ooh,
see. Discarding UFO.
four pretty important cards, I would say. With
Emberstorm could be big. Werewolf Curse could be big. Let me zoom
Winds of
in a
Death,
little bit.
Napseed in there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's probably not the card you want to see go, but
No, but does find replay
the
pod
Proliferator
and
as well
proliferators.
as the yeah.
Yeah, can get something back. Um,
Yeah, and just archives the UFO to do it again next turn.
whoa, whoa, whoa. So Mikefuni scraps plays Circle of Life, gets some amber from it, scraps Harvey to Archive Brio. So
Yeah,
Mike probably realizes he needs that Brio Kaup more than that he needs his Witch Queen combo, especially when Harmed goes quite fast with the Mars. I think that's what you're looking for
yeah,
to
exactly.
push the Amber. There's not a lot of Amber control in Bandola either, or not where you want it at least.
Yeah, yeah. Both decks pretty light on hammer control. Uh,
Yeah, very
but
very light.
but at least has the trawler, which can be very
Yes,
important.
true. So Harm
Uh,
plays Mars again, UFO, discards Spooky Charge, takes Big Magnet with three discards. Maybe not what he was hoping for. Probably hoping for a Xylo or something. This already had the Xylo.
yeah, but so
Um,
probably doesn't have key abduction right now since he's just playing it out.
no, no. So archives the UFO, plays the Big Magnet to discards Winds of Death, Hallowed Eve, and Gnarl Gibbous. So really
So
hoping to
we
draw
do
in kill.
see Harm drawing 5 cards and archiving UFO.
Yeah,
So probably next March turn very strong.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, and if Mike cannot get rid of the Xylo, if he has the nameless horror, he can get rid of like either Brio
yeah.
or
True.
Cow.
So one line that we also recognize is that there's these immersioneers where you put the guard on the bottom of the deck and Dirge of the Deep. So if you combo that with playing, putting a Mars card on the bottom, discarding it, or your Mars creatures
Oh
are
right.
exhausted. There is no Mars in the discard though. So now Mike plays the Brio, has to combo
No,
it
there
with,
is the big magnet.
okay, okay, cannot protect his Kaup or Brio. Hmm.
Does he have the Snippy? No, no.
No, discards Kangafant with
So
we'll call
just
it discard pit.
leaving the entire Marsh board alive. I
Yeah,
think if Harm has the nameless horror or can find it with the UFO, I think he is in a pretty good spot.
yeah. So this is
He
probably
can
where
even
it's
just
turn four, but needs to think really hard on what are my options. What do I want to kill
you
with?
can even just with the Ironix Rebel just fight a bunch.
Yeah, good. Goes into Mars, pick up the archive, which has UFO archived, I think. The
Yeah,
Rebel and
UFO.
Xylo indeed can combo Rule of Six here, which is not something you usually do.
Yeah,
But it
so
is
you need
possible
to
to
kill
wipe
the
the board. Yeah.
you need to kill the cub first because that one is preventing you from playing multiple creatures. But you can, and after that, one thing that is awkward is that the the box pillar is between the Xylo
Yeah.
and the Proliferator
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So probably goes for the Rebel Silo rule of 6 into the
All right,
Brio,
has
or
the
maybe he wants to
replay
use
pot.
the Brio. The pot doesn't help either, true.
Yeah, but I mean, he can
Yeah, it's
just
just
pop it
once.
right
It's
now.
just once,
Yeah.
right? So he can take it back. We had some practice games where this popped up actually as well, where the replay pod was like, oh crap, replay pod, but it's not that bad. Um,
Okay, yeah. So that
so
that was the
harmed is
first
thinking.
obvious.
Yeah.
Uh, Interesting that he doesn't also immediately. Oh no, because with the UFO, of course, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
resolve until you get rid of the
Exactly.
Brian.
So maybe
Yeah.
UFO you want to kill something. Maybe you don't need the UFO. Who knows?
Second
No?
silo. So now he can fight both with the proliferator and the rebel in each rotation, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Discards the rebel to play it and ready both silos.
Yeah.
Silo's been used 2 times now and rebel 2 times as well, I think.
Yeah. Play once and use once for both, as well
Okay,
as the
so maybe
proliferator has one.
3 already on. Okay, so goes into covers Hema
Mhm.
to get
Oh,
it
maybe
back.
he's just planning to kill the Brio with just a random
Yes,
action card.
could be, could be. The random action card, however, is though key abduction or UFO in Mars, which
Yeah, but I think
is
if you kill you get rid of both the Brio and the Kaup, and then do some Rule 6 March stuff. I think you don't necessarily need those two cards.
so. What did he archive? He archived UFO. It doesn't. If he has key abduction, it's huge, and maybe he can find it by
Yeah, key abduction is
sequencing
probably
it
best.
correct. I think you might want to fight with the proliferator as well. Arc has a big magnet with the proliferator. Plays a rebel again.
Yeah, making huge amounts of amber.
Yeah, you
And
could potentially run the proliferator in twice when you get to the end of the rebel, then UFO to hopefully find the key abduction. Okay, so with the key abduction, he kills
nice.
the Brio.
Brio. Yeah,
15 amber. That's a lot of amber.
yeah, and finds the second key abduction. Wow.
Oh,
But do
oof.
you play it here, or do you just keep the threat of an active Marsh board? I guess just play it.
Um, do you play it? I think yes, because you can archive it again with proliferator. Probably going over like how many
No,
key
no, it
abductions
doesn't.
did I play? How many reaps do I still have in there? Um, gives Mike the option ability to maybe clear them off though with Untamed.
Or
So if you key abduction, bring them back to hand. Oh, here
I
comes the
suppose
Witch Queen and
also,
the Witch of the Dawn.
yeah,
Oh, and gets the Harvey. Okay, now
but
let's sit back and see what he can do. So usually the result of this is that your whole board is wiped. You get a lot of amber, and you have a lot of pieces into your hand to either set up a lock or something else. Um,
mm,
so Mike has obviously played this a million times, knows exactly what to do. Um, he brought back Waste Not with the first Harvey, captured for the second time. Um, Harvey searches a deck, takes a card into their hand with Harvey. I don't know which it is.
all right, that's interesting.
So Witch of the Dawn
Oh,
fight Proliferator is not what he meant to do. Oops.
says he
Ooh.
made a mistake.
Ay.
Right, because now the Witch of the Eye isn't centered, and if he doesn't have another witch,
So he.
well,
Oh. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there. So maybe he
I think
forgot
he got the
something.
skirmish. Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe. So Amberstorm does kill all of it.
everything. Yeah,
Harmed cannot easily now rely on the key abduction combo. And that's it. So key 1 goes to Harmed. Uh, Probably
I
thinking
mean,
there was a maybe more optimal line of play. I think Mike must have realized it as well.
yeah,
But
but I'm also
still,
curious why Harm didn't key abduction last turn, because it
same.
seems pretty strong to take
Not,
all the
yeah,
marsh cards back into your hand where Bandola can touch them.
exactly. Because now the Amber Storm was able to bounce them all there, and you kind of don't want to play Winds of Death
No,
because
because
Kaup
then
is
you
here,
lose.
Bryo is there, Will Cull is there. That means all of the taunts are still either in hand or in the deck. So I don't think Winds of Death is an option here. Now becomes a race. You got 9 cards
Yeah.
and 9 amber. We know that
Maybe
there's UFOs here, but no ways to get extra amber. The trawler is still there, right? We didn't see the trawler yet.
we haven't seen it. No, yeah. The Hema is in hand. It was archived and is taken to the hand right now. Um,
Can get no Kangafant. Yeah, the Kangafant is a bit painful.
goes
So I think
into
Harmed is now pushing for Amber. That's the
yeah,
alternative line that Ass can do. Just push for Amber. Hope there is no trawler. He cannot play Winds of Death.
yeah. I
Now,
mean, if
allowing Mike to potentially do crazy stuff with Untamed, but can he afford the luxury to do so?
I don't think so, because then you just harm just goes back into
Yeah,
Marsh
and
and
that's
he
enough,
becomes
right? Yeah.
yeah. So I think Mike might be forced into an invulnerable turn just to play out the trawler and slow S down.
Yeah, I don't know. So quick game in turns, because turn 5 and we're already like major decisions, but time-wise, this is not an easy call to make. Harm's
Yeah,
having 13 amber, knowing there's either one or two key abductions here, right? I think it's one. At least one.
he
One is
definitely
the
has
most
one in
relevant.
hand, but I think he also archived one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he archived one.
Okay, and now loop with capture pips. Yeah, there's only 3 capture pips though, because you can only play it 3 times. So there's not a lot of capture. So hypothetically, let's say you do capture 3 times with Harvey. Harmed would be at 10 amber. He'd forge for 6. He have 4 amber left. He's got 9 cards in hand. The Singing Scythe, unfortunately not able to be pulled back, might be enough to not win right then and there. But maybe with 1 or 2 creatures. Are there still Mars creatures?
I don't think
Nameless
so.
Horror.
You
Nameless
can see
Horror is
the
still
names for
there.
it's in the archive.
Okay, but with the Haunting Witch, it does give us an
The
extra amber.
extra ember, yeah.
So, but if you do go Untamed, you can wipe again with Amber Storm. So no creatures, no taxing. Probably setting up for the next turn with Harvey to boo Ecto Charge or something. So let's see what he does. With Witch of the Eye Reaps, returns Waste Not, plays Waste Not to kill it, to play Witch of the Eye again. Reaps with Witch of the Eye to return something.
So,
Again, the
another
Waste
waste,
Not.
no?
So you can do that a couple times. So he's searching for Kangafant probably. The third, so
Is
now
the Phantom
play
Head.
number 5, reap number 6, right?
Yeah.
Brings back Witch of the Dawn. Plays Witch of the Dawn to bring back Kangafant.
Yeah.
Put him on the left. So now you can, with Harvey, take whatever's left in your deck. Set up for next turn to either win the game with Boo Ecto Charge if you can make enough Amber, or, you know, uh, yeah,
Another,
Trawler, Kaup, whatever. I think winning the game is better than locking your opponent out.
yeah,
Um, the 3
another
capture pips
funny
might be
line.
enough, but do you spread them out? Because the
No,
Nameless
but
Horror can run
another interesting
into.
thing,
No,
S could win
cannot.
in Untamed next turn with the spooky charge.
Ooh.
If you leave all the Untamed stuff alive, if you
Yeah,
cannot
that
find
that's. I
the
don't think that's happening. Oh, the
well,
Amber Storm is still in the discard pile.
it's in the discard. Yeah,
That could be something.
yeah.
That could be something. So is the spooky charge then? Ah, it's here. It's here. Ugh, must have seen the spooky charge in the discard pile.
Ah, right. It is
Okay,
okay.
so that threat is not there. It just goes to a lot of amber. Has a hand of 13 cards. Pretty much the result of this turn is going to be Harmed needs to win on his next turn,
Yeah,
or he's going to lose.
definitely. But I think because I don't think Mike is stopping any more Ember, right? Or he can play the Eurofee once
The
more.
Hervey can be one. I could have captured 3 Ember in total. Does decide to wipe the board with some of his creatures. So Hervey played one more time,
Eurofee.
capturing again. It has the skirmish, so it doesn't. So Floomf is there. So
Okay,
5
but
Ember, 3 in
now
Arcus,
now
9,
now S wins.
9,
So,
14, UFO, finds target, so another card. Is 1 Ember off right now. 1
but
Ember off
he
at the
takes back
moment.
the singing side.
If it's discarded, yes,
Yeah,
it
he
was
did. Yeah,
discarded from UFO.
yeah,
Oh my god. Takes back the singing side. He's calculating now. Key abduction.
and wins the game.
Oh, the UFA singing scythe discard. Oh
Yeah,
my
the
goodness.
sneaky Ember.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What were the odds of that? Um,
I mean, he only has like a few cards left in his draw
yeah, but
pile.
you and need to skip past the singing scythe and then get the Morse card.
No, he discarded the singing side with the UFO discard icon.
Oh, so it was in his hand.
Yeah,
Huh. Really?
yeah,
But that the mouth doesn't work out, right?
that does because then
Oh,
he play that way he can play the
yeah,
UFO for an Ember icon.
yeah. If I didn't mess up my first and tame turn, who knows? Yeah, who knows indeed.
Yeah, probably S would have been just a turn too late, or he could have captured one more Ember. It
Yeah, could be, could be.
would have
So
gone very differently.
I'm just now storing
The logs.
the logs,
Yeah,
and oof, that was a epic game one. um, do you? Let me see if I can pull up the stats. Do you see the stats in the screen? I think you do,
let me
right?
see. Yeah, I see some stats. Yes.
So let's see. Cards played. It was pretty even up until Mike goes into.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, you can see the
ah,
two big and tame turns
yeah, yeah,
from window.
yeah. And then I think the total Ember value
Yeah,
harmed
with S
shot
just
up here.
making all the Ember on like one turn, and then using some key cheats to close it out.
Ember defense, I haven't figured that one out yet, to be honest. Ember sources, that's interesting. So harmed gets from Reaps
That's
quite a bit, obviously, and from his effects and icons. And Mikefuni, not so much from Reaps, but a lot of from the icons and effects. Oh. Okay, so game one goes to harmed.
yes. It'll be interesting to see if Mike chooses to go on the play or a second player next turn, next game.
It will be interesting. I think you want to go first because you're looking for certain key cards, so you have more.
Yeah, so you see just a little bit
Yeah,
higher.
yeah.
Yeah, would
Got to
make
be
sense.
so many
Yeah,
nerves on both sides here. Yeah, I'm
we'll
feeling them
just
as well.
go
Honestly,
first.
I'm not shaking, but it's it's a bit close. So I think Harm must be feeling pretty good because in matchup testing it was more 50-50, maybe 40-60 for Ass.
Yeah,
Getting
and
that first game is
that's
always.
huge.
And Mike may be feeling a bit shaken by his misplay. It all comes now to the how
Yeah, but
cool is he? How can he recover from this? Oh, discarding Echo Guardian. So potentially there's Boo Winds of Death or something. Cursed Tomb is played, gets purged right away.
but not if harmed wins of death first.
Crazy archived discards here. So what was archived? It went really
Yeah,
fast. So Haunting Witch, Skeleton Marmook, and Flumph.
just
So
three
untamed
untamed
creatures.
creatures. Yeah,
So Mike does go into Geistoid, maybe thinking to do the same thing.
probably. Yeah.
So Waste Not, Grim Reaper, Dirge of the Deep. Phantasm, not the creatures you're looking for.
No, I mean the Grim Reaper can help, but probably too late if it does arrive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, awkward. You have to destroy the shadows. So if you now wins of death, you kill one more, archive one more creature, and yeah.
Winds of Death was played.
So now, last game we saw the game without Winds of Death
Yeah,
being played, and
now both
now
of them, because it's
both
very
of
early
them
on.
are winning hard.
it's now like, okay, so Harm goes into Untamed, planning to build a board so he can handle
Oh,
the Brio Cowp, because that's how you lose as right. So
right.
discarding Ghost Tree to get haunted and start pumping Ember.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Loyal Packmate is very annoying to deal with. Um,
Just infinite taunt. Yeah,
Harm must be feeling pretty good with this. Nice start. Mike recognizes
yeah.
it.
Agrees.
So
Also, just even putting out this annoying board, just casually goes to check for his first key.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no Mars played, huh?
No, does
Mike,
have
yeah,
two.
Mike cannot play the Circle of Life because it would give Amber. Oh, this is a desperation play. Putting the Harvey on the board without any support. Looks
Yeah,
like
I mean, you have to kill it as playing as, of course, but
maybe Witch of the
you
Dawn is
can.
still there. The Winds of Death is gone, so it's not coming back easily. Um, yeah.
Yeah, it does go back into Untamed just to deal with the Untamed board.
So there's the Amber Storm from Harm's side, which is huge. Is
Yeah,
huge, right? Goes to
just
11 Amber.
11 Ember then.
Wow.
With Untamed is the
Just
crazy part.
calling Untamed two
Yeah,
times. But we talked about this in the previous show. Right? There's a different game plan here. You want to build a board, you want to build that board presence, and that's exactly what's going on. Um,
yeah, yeah.
and in testing, the Untamed board had the highest win rate as well,
Wow,
which is
that's
very counterintuitive. Huh? So anyone looking
yeah.
at
I mean,
As would be going like, "What are you doing?"
it is jarring for me to witness, but I understand
If
the
it
logic.
works, it works. You know?
You lose the lockout, so you have to do something to prevent the lockout,
Yeah.
and you even get some bonus Ember along the way. So yeah, it does seem to be working pretty well for Harm right now.
So
Could still get the
if
combat out, of
okay,
course.
so now what can Mike do? He has a soul vial, maybe Grim Reaper to get rid of the Haunting Witch, because that Haunting Witch needs to go, or Snippy, maybe, because it's in archive, right?
Yeah, and he took the
So
archive into his hands.
definitely able to kill that one.
Mhm.
Discards a Snippy killing the Haunting Witch. You have
Yeah,
to do that.
yeah.
Play some awkward creatures. Grim Reaper,
Well, I mean,
nice. The
use the
Packmate or
Grim
the
Reaper.
Murmook? Which one?
I think.
Oh,
Oh,
the Flumph.
yeah. I guess it does make sense because
Yeah,
with the Flume and Packmate, you can with the Flume kill
yeah,
the
right,
Calc, and then with
right.
the
Yeah.
Packmate kill the Brio without
Yeah, true.
dying.
Okay, so the
Uh,
Flumph can give 2+, so that's well recognized, well spotted from
yeah,
Mike.
but
But
while Mike is dealing with this board, Harm
yeah,
just
yeah,
scores his
yeah,
first key.
yeah. So indeed, that you don't want to do this with Bandola, and
Just
As is now the aggressor. That's also
yeah,
something we looked at in testing. If you're putting Bandola under pressure, he needs to deal with your board and needs to find something. That's when you have the opportunity to find what you need. Geistord is not an expected turn here. Um,
yeah. But maybe you Winds of Death now because
both of
I
them are
mean,
in the discard, so Singing Scythe
oh,
uh, in there somewhere to get the key
yeah,
abduction, and maybe or you
prefer
get
it.
the Amber Storm and the Hunting Witch.
Yeah,
Oh,
it will be interesting to see what Harm decides to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah,
So with Amber Storm and Haunting Witch, you can get rid of the Kaup, you can get rid of the Brio probably, um, and because you
yeah,
have your loyal packmate and Murmuk, and then going back into Untamed seems pretty juicy as well here. So with As, you play in there somewhere and you're thinking about not archiving Mars.
yeah. Not going for the easy key abduction,
Yeah.
but yeah, it does seem like Harm is considering it a lot. And yeah,
Amberstorm and Haunting Witch, yes.
good call, good call.
Hey,
I would have
Shades.
never
Shades
predicted
is
that,
here as
but
well.
yeah,
Persephone, maybe? No, you don't want to play Persephone now.
no, that's well, you have the
Well,
Mermuk, so
it's
you
okay.
can, yeah,
I guess you got the tempo. I think it's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I play, yeah, there, there
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. And the capture bill.
Very unbiased commentating, by the way.
Oh,
Want to stress that.
it's just too much ammo for a Bandola. Um, you
Yeah,
have Trawler. El Corky Germinator with Dirge of the Deep. You could exhaust the untamed creatures if you have
yeah,
it.
but
So
does
put
that?
Singing Scythe, smart play.
Uh,
So there's one very
nice
well
ammo.
spotted. So puts it on the bottom. Plays Kaup. Can he protect it? Gate Watcher does protect it. Echo Guardian. So getting rid of that Flume was
Brio.
very well done. Brio is down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this. Okay, so now what do you do as armed? You can play the Amber Storm, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I
And the
mean, you
gate watcher
can,
is awkward as well.
but you can. Oh no, no, you can almost with the untamed features get, but the Grim Reaper is just slightly too big.
But
Maybe
you
go
forged it
into
for 4. How crazy is that? So maybe
yeah,
Harms is just like, okay, sure, I can't play. My actions don't resolve, but I can pump Amber. Um,
yeah, remove some
yeah,
creatures.
Napseed,
Oh, Nepseed, that's big.
discarding a Reaver.
Yeah, because you can right now get rid of the Grim Reaper and the Germinator.
Well, you can only play one
Uh,
action. This is
yeah, I
still
mean, fight.
very
So
much scary.
you fight the Grim Reaper, and then play an action, or the other way around. But no, just
So
Reaps.
so
Yeah,
Harmed
fair
is
enough.
just going to check.
Yeah,
But this is very scary, honestly. I think it's not over yet. It's not
no,
over yet.
definitely because now with
100% is
the
still,
trawler,
yeah. It all depends on what the Mike has in his hand now. What is in the
mhm.
discard? The Harvey is in the discard. Witch of the Dawn, the Witch is not there. Has
Ah,
no Ember control at
under
all.
control. Yeah,
Oh my
if he
goodness.
had the trawler, he could get it back in this game,
Yeah.
getting rid of all the creatures.
Or Hema. Was Hema there? Hema could have been something.
Also,
Both
yeah.
Hallowed Eves and Harvey in the
But
discard.
yeah, just as putting on too much pressure and just out rushing
Yeah,
a blockout,
outrushing and
as well as
Vendola
of
not
course,
finding the lock on time. If
yeah,
this was one Ember control more, I think Vendola would have had a great shot still.
yeah.
Um, so Floxamol, you called this that Persephone was the winning card here? Is that what's happening?
It seems
Harmed
so.
wins the game.
It's yeah,
What is
well played
going on?
Harms, and of course also well played Mikefuni. I mean, you mentioned the misplay game at one, but he came back very steady from that, and
Yeah,
to my
he
knowledge at least, played perfectly from that game point onward.
did not
So
let it
didn't,
affect his
yeah,
mental state too much. Um, wow, that's wow. I never thought Persephone would give me a win in it. No, that's insane. uh, Still think that As has the best chances on a GR meta. Well, yeah,
yeah. I mean, I've played as a fair bit. I don't think I even forged a key with Persephone discount even once. So yeah,
no, no. But we were just
just
saying
yeah,
like,
these
hey,
weird
do you
lookout
play it or
matchups.
not? And you yeah, well, you've got the tempo, so why not,
Yeah,
right? That's crazy. Maybe I can ask Harmed if he wants to join the stream for a little bit to talk about this game because this was not.
yeah, exactly. Like Harm says, as has some very good creatures that are never played.
Yeah.
I mean, also just insane hunting witch value this game. Like and the previous just like 6 8 ember from the hunting witch across both games, which is also something you don't often see with S.
Um, that's yeah crazy. So I'm as we're doing this, I'm trying to. I did not
Get Harmed in here.
beforehand ask Mike if he also wanted to be part of this. Um, but maybe Harmed might be willing to join as well. Um, I don't know what we just witnessed. It was something unexpected. Um, yeah, what if? I think that's the question that Mike might be asking himself. What if that game one played that unfathomable, the untamed turn a bit more? Um, yeah, to the fullest potential. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe let's go back to the, the TCO chat here. I think they might not be reading.
Well, I mean, let's say hello to Harmed
Ah, he's here.
and
Okay,
congratulate
I
him
still need to
with
add
this.
him. I need to add him to the stream because it's not directly.
Oh,
So let me go here and let me do some magic to get him on the stream as well. So sorry, I have to do this for a second. Guest number 2. Try to add. Um, Maybe you can. I don't know if Mike
still
sees my
here.
chat as well. Okay.
No, I can. kind of see the chat through your window, but it's very pixelated. But I'm
Okay,
sure they're all saying very nice things.
right. So Harmed, I think it is. Let me know in chat if you can hear him. I think I just unmuted you.
Okay,
Um,
good. I think
I can hear
Mikefuni
you.
also mentioned in chat that he might want to join, or at least he's
okay,
asking for it.
okay. Yeah, why not? I think that would be
More the
very
merrier.
cool. Sure. How? Let's see. Okay, we can take some time here. That's okay. Copy link.
So in the
So
meantime, congratulations, Armed, on the finalist position.
Thanks, Allard. Yeah, who knew that Persephone would win you a game in S? That's never happened before, like
Yeah,
literally
that's
never.
we were also saying that, but yeah, no, it's insane. But also the insane hunting witch value, like 8 amber, 10 amber across 2 games.
Yeah, and in the end, I was also happy to archive Hunting Witch because I was seriously debating
yeah,
archiving either the Key
Yeah, yeah,
Abduction with another Mars card or the Hunting Witch with the Ember Storm in case Kaup came down.
yeah.
And
yeah.
I think this was the right call.
We
I have
were
to be honest.
also talking about it. And we were like, do
I
you
didn't see
not
the line,
archive
but
Mars? Do you archive the Haunting Witch and the Ember Storm?
Tom
Um,
predicted it. Yeah,
yeah.
he
And
so
I think maybe I see that Mike has joined the chat. I am going to add him for a second. And maybe you can talk about what Orion predicted in the chat beforehand, Albert. Yeah, we can. We
Yeah.
yes.
can. Do you have only audio or also video? Only audio. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I think chat. Let me know if you hear Mike's audio. Um, if you say something, Mike, I think they should be able to hear you.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good.
All right.
So very gracious of you to join us, both of you. I know that a lot of preparation went into these matches also before. You probably played more Keyforge in these last couple weeks than ever, or what's been going on in the prep towards these matches, Mike?
Absolutely. I played this matchup 109 times.
Wow.
And
Um,
what were your findings in those 109 times?
uh, that I knew I was playing your deck a little off, but if I got a unfathomable board with just one taunt, one creature, Kaup and Brio, and of course you had no board at that time, game was over. There's literally nothing your deck could do.
That's absolutely true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
And then that would be my my first win condition. And then your deck, at least I didn't see a way to set it up other than obviously the UFO setup, and then you go to the seed back to a UFO. Initially, I was playing it as a OTK,
Hmm.
but then once I started playing it as a seed into UFO, it became way better. Just because against my deck, you can't set up wins.
No,
Like if you play
that's
wins, right?
unless it's turn two and there's like a Hello Eve wins and there's nothing on your side yet, right?
Oh, you mean like game two?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was definitely that, and then um, that untamed turn in game one. I've played
Ooh.
that turn a million times. I was like, yeah, just play the second creature out. You won't be centered. It'll die. I'll draw 6 cards. I will go back and get whatever I want with Jervy, get another capture, um, and be all set up and good to go. But obviously, I messed that up.
Hey, I mean, I was feeling the nerves here behind the screen. I'm not even playing, and I think you've played so well up until that point, almost no mistakes. That there's this, I don't know, like there's quite some pressure on it, right? And I think you also wanted to prove something in this tournament, reaching the semifinals and almost getting to the finals. Did
Oh,
you?
without a doubt.
Yeah, yeah,
Without a doubt. I mean, look at my profile, my for this, right?
yeah.
Um, I have proven I am quite good, but I can't get over the hump, right?
I mean,
Not yet.
uh,
I haven't got
I,
over the hump.
yeah, no, I mean, the amount of work, and we started this stream with it, the amount of work you've put into practicing this, and I think this is quite a unique situation as well, where you know the matchup beforehand and you played this matchup 109 times and you figured out the weaknesses and strengths of as and the alternative lines. I think that does show the understanding of the matchup. And like Allard also played as a lot of times, but these lines were a bit unfamiliar, right? It was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So a huge congratulations, Mike, to making it this far, and I think everyone definitely respects uh, your capabilities of piloting Bandola so far. And I think Harmed, you were really, really scared of this matchup, weren't you?
I was absolutely. I think the first 10 games that I played in this matchup, I lost about 8 or 9 of them because I couldn't really figure out what I would do against the Brio Kaup, even building the boards. And I just came out of a matchup against Shortsart, and
Hmm.
As plays completely different into
Yeah,
Shortsart than it does
Yeah.
into
yeah,
Bandola.
yeah,
So I had to retweak my brain into the matchup. And in the end, I think I got 60 or 70 games in. And in the end, it also came down to basically a 50-50. If you saw the mulligans, you knew who
yeah.
was going to win, basically.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think another level of anxiety was introduced when we realized how well you were preparing for each match, Mike, and how you were able to take apart each deck that you faced up until that point. So that definitely added some extra, uh, well, yeah,
Yeah, I
pressure.
mean,
Yeah.
some of my best Keyforge was the prep against you, um,
Yay!
because like that is, I mean, no one saw any of that. I mean,
No,
you did
no.
when you said to me in the chat, you played that completely differently than your first game. Like that was crazy high praise, right?
Hmm.
That is because I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah, and you could see it. You
completely,
could see it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, unfortunately for the first game, that everyone was um, picking Nova, but that was an auto. That was an auto win for Bandola. Like
Yeah.
I played 8 games, and it was like, yeah, there's no chance here.
Hmm.
Um, and Nova's a much more accomplished player than I am, but that just there was no chance. And then your deck, I was trying to play it the same way, and then
Nope,
realized
no go.
if I get hunted, then I take away, you know, half of your disruption to
True.
Bandola. So,
Yeah, yeah,
um, but yeah, I was confident coming in today. I knew
yeah,
um, it, if the draw went 50-50, I figured I'd win.
yeah. Fair
And
assessment, I think. Yeah.
Harm now has 3 online games of just steamrolling me with Mars combos.
Oh yeah, was
Oh,
it?
right. Yeah.
What was the other game? Yeah,
The KFPL
yes,
qualifier where I
yes,
played
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Noggle Imp. Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
Imp.
that
Yeah,
yeah,
was a steamroll. Yeah.
yeah. But
yeah,
one of the things like the Persephone forging for 4, archiving
yeah.
Amberstorm and Haunting Witch, and not going for the Mars. So I think equally, Harm deserves also the credit for
Oh yeah,
figuring out the other lines that can counter what you're trying to do. In this matchup. So even though these two decks, when you look at it and you're like, ah, it's Bandola, you just do your Witch Queen combo, blah 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 blah. Oh, it's As, you just go for Vodka. Not at all the case, and no one sees the prep that goes into it. Hundreds of games, literally, on both sides. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, and a total shift in mindset for this particular match, and I feel like that's been every match so far.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
If I play as exactly the same for the 3 matches before as I did against Mike, I would have lost for sure.
yeah,
Um, it just doesn't compete with the Brio Cup on board. And I knew I even considered hard mulliganing into creatures and play those creatures out because as soon as the cup hit the field
mm-hmm.
and I didn't have an answer, it's over.
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah, yeah. So usually the key cards for As is Winds of Death, Key Abduction, Target, UFO, and at some point a key card looked to be the Werewolf Curse, which is like what?
Yeah,
Cursed it so much in my prep, it's insane. It actually got around the taunts and killed the cow from
Yeah.
time to time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah. That on your I can't remember the name of it, but when you play it, you're haunted. It comes in, um, and then it gets splash. That
Yeah,
creature.
Norgibus.
yeah,
Yeah.
Norgibus, indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that one is very useful.
yeah.
But that's why I purged Flume. You know,
Yep.
just
That was
because
a
of the
next level brain play as well, honestly. Because the Flumph can give extra power, so it can deal with, all that kind of thing. So first you're
Yep.
like, oh, the Flumph. But then, so
Yeah, and the skirmish, so I don't get
yeah,
rid of it either.
yeah,
Because then the 6 power, sure, but mine's 7
yeah,
with the
exactly.
with
Yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah.
but you make that 8, and
Yeah, yeah. Um, I hope you watch back the replay and you look back and you think you did all you could. And Harmed, well played, both of you.
definitely well played.
Thanks for getting it this far into the tournament, and that you're willing to join on the stream, giving your perspective after this must have been quite a little bit of a heartbreak for you, because going into it, I think you said you felt confident. I think it was warranted as well. Um,
Yeah, I did feel
yeah.
confident. It definitely stings, and now my MO is I'm top 4. I don't know if you guys are into NFL football, but if you look back into the 90s, I am now the Buffalo Bills. Um,
in Europe, I watched NFL for a bit, but yeah. So
okay,
I'm assuming it's a top 4 team that never quite managed to reach the finals or get a trophy
they
or something.
they're the only team to get to the championship game 4 years in a row. They lost all of
Oh no.
them.
Oh
so
no.
so that's me now, right?
So
Except top
next
fours.
Vol Tour, that's actually relatively soon. Are you going to any Vol Tours in the States, Mike?
One, which is just under a month from now in
Wow.
Rochester.
Okay, so everyone
So
who goes there, beware. It's coming in hot with a vengeance.
right.
Probably on Bandala or
No, I'm gonna play a different deck.
yeah.
um, yeah, I'll go sealed AOA like in the Discord chat there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything you still want to say, Harm, before we wrap it up?
Um, Only to you, Tom, and Allard, thanks for casting. Mike, thanks for being such a great opponent. I was really scared going into this matchup, to be honest. I knew all the prep you would be putting into it, and I felt like I had to compete with that. So I prepped as much as I could, and that's it. Really well played.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm glad we pushed it to Sunday. I would not have been able to play any day up in here. I was ended up being diagnosed with clinical pneumonia, so
Oh,
that's been fun.
Oh,
oh,
But
that's not fun. No.
still managed to get the games in though.
Yeah. Nice.
Not
All
an
right.
excuse.
So I think I'll remove you guys from the stream audio. I'll wrap it up with Allard for like 1 minute, and then yeah, you guys can stay in the video ninja or whatever. Get well soon, J. Philipek says Mike.
All right, appreciate it.
Again,
Thank you.
thanks for being there. You are now disappearing from the stream.
Bye.
Yeah, so those were some games and great sportsmanship that they both wanted to join the stream,
Yeah.
especially from Mike as well after a loss. And I'll ask the same question to you. Do you want to say any closing words, Allard, before we wrap up the stream?
No, yeah. I mean, thanks for inviting me. It was a lot of fun. I hope I provided some
You did.
insights.
You did for sure. Sometimes I need to do some technical stuff, and you can fill in
Yeah.
the blanks. And you had some insightful comments, so thank you very much, everyone in the chat.
And
Thanks for
I'm looking
joining
forward
as
to the
well.
finals.
Yeah, the finals. Harmed versus X, whatever. Wait, J. Philippic says. Oh, so
Oh.
say your thing, and then we'll wrap it up. Captain Gill's name is Allard. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Like Tom's card. Yeah, Flip Stallard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I said it often.
Yeah.
I'm already on a Keyforge card,
That's cool, right?
thanks to Tom.
Yeah, so I'm flipping Allard. Yeah.
Saint
Nice.
Allard.
And with that, I think everyone's got a little chuckle. And thanks for joining. See you next time. Later. Bye.
Bye.